will be mine. The one for me. With this new life I found, takes my feet up off the ground to fly away. With this new life I did, takes away my every fear, don't go away. You just don't know what you did to me, but I'm not saying I'm not ashamed. Since you gave me love and shelter from the rain. You just don't know how you make me feel. Your sweet love, girl, it's so unreal. I've got love desire. Since you're loving, my soul's on fire.
Oh my goodness, don't move, because just in a few moments we will be chilling with the Bronx OG, internationally acclaimed Fresh Frank, and graffiti legend, Toofly.
You know, they're going to be in here rocking the house, talking about the walls, talking about the dance floor. This is Kwik2Rok. Let's go.
Hold on tight for the rest of my life. Don't let go.
Say what? I know, we just threw it way back. You threw the fish line.
All the way back.
80-something. Welcome one and all. I am your host, Rockefeller, and he is,
Quick Step, a.k.a. DJ KS360.
and we are Kwik2Rok, a hip-hop variety talk show providing a glance into the underground artists who are keeping the legacy of hip-hop, street, and club culture alive. This show is possible through the Creators Rebuild New York program in collaboration with BronxNet TV.
Yep, and we, like you know, rep the underground kings and queens who are Kwik2Rok nonstop, straight from the block, coming at you from around the way to be heard around the world.
Yes, y'all. And you know you already saw him boogieing and locking and showing you all the styles. This brother is an underground master, and he brings it all to the table. Give it up for Fresh Frank.
What up,
What? Ooh, ooh.
All right, now, so we got hip-hop dance history in the building,
Yes,
right?
definitely.
So, you know, what's going on, my brother? You know,
Not much,
what's going
not
on
much,
with
man.
the Scott LaRock origins? You got the Ringling Brothers gigs that took you to Japan.
Yeah, we're going to do all of that one by one. So,
all right.
first of all, thank you for being
Thank you for
on the
having me.
show.
Thank you for
Yes.
having me. I'm
You bring-
very
you bring-
happy for you guys. I'm proud of you. This is great. This is great.
Well,
This is
you know,
great.
we're
Well, welcome,
equally
my brother,
honored
That's
to
great.
have you,
Thank you.
even rolling with us, being on this program. So take us back to,
Ooh, man.
you know,
Wow.
BX.
Going back to the dinosaurs. All right. So, yeah, you know, started off with a group called B-Boys in Action. And it was funny because it came through DeWitt Clinton High School, actually.
All right, do we Clinton?
Darren
DeWitt Clinton.
got a job for us to go to Vermont through the school. And when we went to Vermont, we met Scott LaRock.
What was he doing up there?
He was going to school there. He was going to school, and he was taking up business management and stuff like that.
Wow, rest in peace.
Yes. And he came to us and was like, yo, you guys need a manager? I was like, well, you know, yeah, sure, why not? You know, and gave us this number. 2 months later, yo, I got a gig for you. What?
Wow.
We were like, and from there on, it just went, man, because we were, you know, then he got tight with, you know, the neighborhood, met his girl Jenny,
All right.
who lived right across the street from me.
Wow.
And then that's where he, you know, decided to get a job nearby, which was the shelter.
Okay.
And that's how he met KRS-One.
Wow.
So if it wasn't for him hanging out with us
Right.
to want to be around us, he would have never met KRS-One.
That's crazy. So who was in this group? We got this really nice photo that you sent us.
Well,
Tell us who's in
You
that
got,
picture.
you got Alien Ness in there.
Wow.
You got Tick Master in the house.
Ooh.
You
Underground legend right
yes,
there.
you got Clown, another one. You got Darren Henson,
Oh, look at that.
you know, who's a
Wow.
big actor.
Humble
right now.
beginnings,
Yeah,
right?
big
Humble
actor.
beginnings. Dewey Clinton.
Yeah, and all from Clinton, just like also the other dancer there too, Freddie. Freddie was from Clinton also. He
Okay.
became one of the Barrio Boys.
Oh, I remember
Look at that.
them.
And
Yes.
And Clown was
he
working with Circus Soleil.
Yeah.
Circus
Wow,
Soleil. So everybody,
wow.
you know, did their thing. You know, after B-Boys in Action and all that, that's where it formed into BDP.
Okay. So
And
you were
then-
rolling with.
Yeah, well, we was in the process.
Okay.
It was in the process because we came up with South Bronx being on the road.
Look at that.
And they had B-Boy Records. That was the record label, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah. So I mean, you know, it was a lot of stuff that was going on. You know, while everybody was here, I missed a lot of the club scenes and street scenes. Why? Because we were traveling.
Okay.
You know, we had a 2-hour show. We had all the elements.
Nice.
You know, so we had DJing, rap, graffiti, everything.
Nice,
You know, so I could say we were kind of maybe one of the first groups to be doing that. After that, you know, I left dance for about a year.
Okay.
And then got the phone call, like, yo, do you want to join us with Ringling Brothers? And I was like, what? Touring? Hold on.
Let's
So we
go.
went on a 2-year tour, and towards the end of our second year, they gave us another year contract for Japan.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
And once I got to Japan, it was a wrap.
So that's how you got to Japan, because
Yeah.
you ended up staying there for like
Yeah, I stayed there for 20 years.
20 years. Wow.
Which one? You gave us a photo. There was one with you with the green. That y'all were in the green outfits. Was that the one from the Ringling Brothers?
Yes, that was the the
Nice.
tiger stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
how
the crazy
cool.
colors. We looked like frogs.
Oh no.
With
Well,
tiger
but it was for the
stripes.
show. It was for the show.
Well, yeah, it was because
right?
it was a bright thing. Because we
Concept.
actually, the whole ending piece was surrounded by us, about us.
Okay.
It was because you even had elephants with ski goggles and mohawks.
Hey.
They were doing like this little thing like this. They were trying to do like what's it called? The helicopter?
Coffee grinder or the
Coffee grinder,
helicopter?
yeah,
There you
yeah. I
go.
was like, ain't this something? We got
Man.
elephants breakdancing.
Hey.
I'm like, what?
Everybody and their moms was breaking.
But
so
it was
come on.
but it was fun though. We got to ride horses, ride the elephants.
Okay.
you
And
know,
travel.
and travel and got to see a lot of stuff. You know, a lot of people don't realize here in America we got a lot of beautiful areas.
Yeah.
You know, and I tell people travel, man, get out there, get out there.
Definitely.
And
Yeah.
then once I was in Japan, and that was it. You know, I went back and forth a couple of times because I was also dancing for a Michael Jackson impersonator.
Oh, that's
His
different.
name is William Hall, so I was with him a little bit
Wow,
and
okay.
stuff like that. So
Wow.
yeah.
What was your best
definitely-
experience in Japan?
Well, see,
Like your most unique experience
just
in
seeing
Japan?
the culture grow there, like the way you know the way we used to have it here.
Okay.
You know, it's so strong out there. Like you know, it's like every week there's an event.
Yes. Yes.
You know, then they have old school night. They have all these. You know, they really appreciate what we've created.
Yes, they do.
You know, and
They
we need
do.
to appreciate it more ourselves.
Right. Right.
We do. We really do. We need to really unite and make it stronger than what it is.
You
No,
were
that
working for
definitely-
some dance studios over there, teaching.
Oh yeah, I've dancing for like Beatbox Dance Studio, Space Bride, a couple of academy schools over there.
Okay.
I was doing that for like forever,
Okay.
you know, and then doing commercials for Coca-Cola, Pringles,
A music video here
music
and there. I
videos
think
for
I saw.
TRF,
Nice.
Koda Kumi, Anami Amado. Just
Hey.
yeah, it was fun. It was definitely different, you know, getting to learn the language.
Wait, hold on. So say something in Japanese. Hold on. Say something in
Mira,
Japanese.
domo arigato.
Oh, okay.
You know, yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Oh, say
you know,
what?
You know, yeah, I mean, I learned some stuff, you know. I couldn't read or write it. I tried.
Wow. Well,
You
we
know.
ran into you. I think it was '97. We
Japan,
were
right.
in Japan. Just
Yeah, that event.
a friend
Yeah.
of ours flew us out there,
Yeah.
and lo and behold,
Yeah.
he was on stage. I didn't know who he was, so let's just be real honest. Quickstep got all fanboy. Yo, oh my God, yo, and I was like, what?
We hooked up right away, you know, and it was
Yeah,
it was
man.
definitely dope, a dope vibe, you know, because it was you two guys. It was Ivan.
Yes,
B-Boy
B-Boy
Ivan.
Ivan.
Reed was the other
Reed was
dancer?
there with the
Yeah,
tuts,
and
what?
stuff. Yeah, I had to give him
Okay.
a little spanking, but
Well, you know,
yeah.
East Coast,
But
West
anyway,
Coast.
you know. But
And
yeah,
then
but
you
it
came
became,
back.
Yeah, it came back, and I was like, yo, let me get back to the family. You know what I'm
And
saying?
you have
So-
video too. You sent me a video recently. You were dancing.
Yeah, it
and
was you and you was with
It was with Get Original.
Get
We were out
Originals,
there,
yeah.
Right. I
Yeah.
saw that footage. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because a
There's
friend
a
of
lot of
mine,
stuff you forget.
friend of mine from Japan said it, and I was like, oh snap. Then I said, yo, is that Kwik right there? I was like, oh, snap.
Yeah. No, we were so proud of you and so happy to see that you were flourishing, bringing our culture to another country, setting up like the history and setting it up for other people to go to Japan and also work over there.
I've always been trying to tell people to go, man. It's, you know, they need to learn more. You know, if you have something to give, then go out there and give it, man. You know, because they appreciate it. They definitely appreciate it. But that's all over the world right now. Hip hop is huge.
And this picture of you right here,
man, this was fun with us.
Wonderful picture.
Because we were dancing
Look at
with
that outfit.
the Philharmonic Orchestra. Now check that out, guys. we were all together doing that. You know, doing orchestra and hip hop.
Yeah.
Come on.
And what character?
At Lincoln Center.
What character were you playing?
I was the evil king.
The evil king, y'all. But looking real nice.
Firebird, that piece was incredible.
Yeah,
man.
it was great.
64 musicians in the background, that was great.
It was
I had a little girl that came and approached me, and she wanted to take a picture, but she was like, oh, and I was like, sweetie, that's just on stage.
Yeah.
I'm a totally the opposite person.
And speaking of kids, you teach at NJ Pack now, right?
Yes, I teach at NJ Pack.
What do you do there?
Right now at NJ Pack Arts and Culture
Newark,
and stuff like that in Newark and everything. We are about to hit a 5-week summer program.
All right.
Beautiful.
And I'm working with Debbie D, a legend, pioneer.
Nice.
You know, she's from B Street. Us girls.
That's right.
Can
Can
boogie
boogie
too.
too. Wow.
You know, so it was kind of an honor to meet her.
Right.
You know, and work with her. So I was like, oh, this is cool. You know, then we
She
got
knows
D
how deep
Cross.
your roots grow, right? Great.
And D Cross too. He knows his history.
Yeah.
You know, so it's
That's an
pretty
amazing
cool.
beatboxer, artist. Well, how can people follow you if they want to, like, you know, support or show up to one of your performances or sign up for a class? His brother does private too, in the boogie and the locking.
Well, you can hit me up at character, aka Frank.
Is there an underscore
Instagram,
anywhere in there?
No, that's just straight up
Character,
like that.
AKA
Yes,
Frank.
and hit me up right there or hiphopsters1966@gmail.com.
All righty.
Hit me up.
Yes.
You know what I'm
All
saying?
right,
Thanks for
y'all.
coming,
well,
my
thank
brother.
you for being here.
Appreciate you,
Honor,
man.
Thank you
pleasure.
for
Always,
rocking
man.
with
Pleasure,
us. You
pleasure
definitely
right
rock
there.
the full circle, so
Oh,
that's
yeah,
a
come
full
on.
circle
This is my
family
familia
right
right here.
there. Yep.
Keeping it.
What?
What?
Tell me, what we doing? What we doing?
Oh,
I don't know. Oh, what? Get on down, what? Awesome, foursome. Say it, what? Close up. Yeah! Woo. Talk about the beat. Manolos with a posse or dolo. Beauty meets peace. Beauty meets beast. In a see-through or a hoodies. My sister's got the goodies. I know, like, I'm just taking poetic license here. Welcome back, y'all. We are here at Kwik2Rok.
And now we're going to get into the paint with another legendary artist,
Yep.
Toofly.
Y'all give it up for Toofly.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for all the years and the blood and the sweat you've been putting into the
Thank you.
the graph
Rocco.
game and the art and just everything. We've watched each other. We've watched
Yes,
each other.
absolutely.
Because you're not that much of a youngin'.
Yeah.
But you are beautifully young. Young
That's
at
right.
heart.
You
Young
are
at heart, 35 forever.
the definition of beauty meets beast.
Definitely.
Yeah.
She's a beauty who beasts.
That's right.
Don't let her get some paint and a legal wall.
Y'all ladies be doing it, man. I gotta give it up to y'all.
Did you ever do an illegal wall? Were you part of that thrilling moment? to
I mean,
just-
yeah, I'll definitely
Oh my God.
speak about it. But you know, when you first start out as a graffiti writer, you're really just tagging and being illegal on the walls and mailboxes and all that.
right.
But you know, with time, you have to be able to put that into practice so that you can make a living out of it, but also obviously get your skills and to a point where you will be respected as a graffiti writer with lettering and tagging history, but also then you get into like the drawing and the aerosol and the masterpieces and like, you know, the lettering forms and characters. And so, you know, with time, you have to start that as a foundation as a graffiti writer, right? Because that's how you get your respect.
Right.
And then you know, you grow and you evolve.
Nice.
Did you ever get arrested or come close to getting arrested?
No,
Or chased?
no, but you know, I did run into certain situations that were very dangerous, and unfortunately, not unfortunately, but my mom was very in support of what I was doing because she was an artist herself, and she understood that I have to go out late at night at 3 a.m. and tag up. she would drive me around, and I would kind of tell that story because they're like, oh my God, mothers
Wow.
weren't supportive at that time. They were
Wow.
like, don't do that, you're gonna get in trouble. And
Wow.
also being a young female, you know, at 15, and then you have to run around with guys because
That
there's
are
no
older.
other, there was no other women when I was coming up.
yes.
But I had that little rebellious spirit. And so because my mom was a support system, I would tag up, right? But then I also had friends that would take me out to bomb the neighborhood. I didn't go all city. I wasn't that hardcore bomber, graph girl. I just had that that stage that I did go through and realized, you know, I don't want to have my mom worry about me late at night with the fellas. And also, you know, I did have some situations where I ran and I got cut and like I fell. And, you know, situations where I'm like looking at highways through like the train system. I'm like, I really could have put myself in a position of danger.
Right.
And so, you know, luckily, I just feel like I came at a time when the graffiti and the bombing that was going on the streets was moving into areas where we had legal spaces like 5 Points, which has like a huge, you know, foundation for a lot of us. And it's a graffiti mecca that's no longer in existence, but
Ooh, somebody whitewashed it.
yeah, it's, you
Yeah, that
know,
was a whole
The
thing.
landlord who was like, I'm
gentrification.
buying this and we're going to take this all down.
remember that.
And it was in Queens, right when you come off the 7 train, when you were coming up towards Flushing, boom, there was that huge New York City landmark. And somebody whitewashed it. So boo, but yay, you got up there. So in a way, like that was a rite of passage, I think, for
It is
most
a rite
graffiti
of
writers to be seen
passage.
there.
Because, you know, I also, that's where I met a lot of other graffiti artists. And then that's the point where you start calling them graffiti artists or no longer bombers because they start painting these aerosol paintings.
Nice.
And so you have time to really practice your skill and your aerosol, and you do these big paintings that could be seen by the train, and then you meet other artists. So it becomes a community, and then you start painting with other artists on their walls, and the entire world opens up. And it's because you have these dreams or these ideas and ambitions, and you're young and rebellious, and you're trying this and that. And, you know, that's kind of how it started in the 90s. And because I went to the High School of Fashion Industries, I was very influenced by other writers that, you know, when I looked at their work on the street, obviously there was no figurative works. It was like letters and bombing. But then it's like I wanted to be this female version that rises up and there's this beautiful, it's all in my mind, right? But then with time it develops. That rises up from this graffiti culture. And now we're living in a time where it's seen everywhere. It's street art. You know, everybody has the opportunity to now paint beautiful murals in different neighborhoods and bring communities together, young and old. And so it's an interesting thing that happened. And it all comes, I think, from like the culture of the 70s and 80s. And, you know, they're the pioneers that we came as a generation after to continue that torch.
And you did.
And keeping that art alive
You
for
have
younger
this iconic,
people.
You have this iconic character that when I see it, I'm like, Toofly was here. Want to let us know how you
Yeah,
came
so the
about?
character really just became, you know, I could have written my name 100 million times, but I felt like if I did an image, they would be like, oh, that's a female, like that's an artist female, like on the street. Let's try to find out who that is, right? But a lot of people thought I was a guy in the beginning.
Toofly is a dude. Okay.
Yeah, but then because you're underground, you don't meet people in real life. They just see your character on the walls. So I blended in. Everybody was a male-dominated culture. There was no females. And then little by little, I started understanding there was like this female, this other female, but then I didn't know them. Nobody knew each other. It was illegal. But, you know, again, when I bring up street art, because that started to come around the 2000s, then you started to meet people face to face because there was like festivals, there was like community gatherings, hip hop, graffiti elements. And that's really where people got to understand that, oh, Toofly is a Latina, female from Queens, painting these like women, and she's motivating these other women to get empowered to paint and safer spaces where they feel comfortable. So because the guys always kind of gave us like the shitty wall or, you know, the bad spot.
Unfortunately, y'all still haven't come to this place of equality. Y'all gotta come, pull up, y'all, pull up. Before you do that, the graffiti book, the Graffiti Women book that you came up with.
So around that time, the 2000s, because like I met Lady Pink, of course. She's like the ultimate legend for us. She's like the mother of like many of us who invited us to the circles to paint and have safe spaces. I feel like at that time, because there's this book that came out called Graffiti Women. It was put out in 2006, and it showcased many women in America, but also Europe and some Latin America and other parts of other countries. So that's when you really got to see like women are painting, the movements moving forward. And then now it's unbelievable. There's so many women collectives. There's women painting of all ages now, all over the world. Yeah. But to think that at 15 in the 1990s, you're like the only one, you know. But we really represented just different little energies of female artistry in this like urban landscape. And we're trying to like empower others and also young girls, because they would come to see us paint from the community. You know, there's always kids everywhere. And they would aspire to be like, wow, I could do that. And so then we became into, you know, going into teaching.
I remember you did something with Pepatian. It was like a hip-hop academy. It was very ahead of the curve. You weren't actually teaching with spray paint, but you were giving stencils and lettering, and young girls who would never think about being a graffiti writer or a graffiti artist. So you were kind of already starting to spearhead some of that, which now is kind of like commonplace.
Yeah,
there's a
now
lot of
it's
graffiti
become
in
like
schools.
a thing.
Yeah,
it's definitely become a thing. It's something that I think we have within us to give back and educate like the people around us, the community, and it adds something, you know, to just keeping the heart and the spirit alive of it in safe spaces.
Right.
Because again, like when I was coming up, it was not safe. I did not have any of that. You know, there was budget cuts in the art system.
Right.
Like,
Oh yeah, there were barely any arts programs
Definitely.
for
there
us
was
as well.
we had to pave our own way.
Which you
And
did. You
so-
earned your stripes. You're definitely someone who's established. There's no doubt when your name comes up, people are like, oh, right. So, you know, props definitely
Thank
to
you,
you.
thank you.
You organized something called Ladies Love. It's been a while. I think I had my earrings and Shiro, our T-shirts there. Just briefly let us know about how
So, Ladies Love Project was a project that we started in 2010. It was a small pop-up, and we invited friends who are creative, and they make jewelry, they make clothing, they make art, you know, and we had like some music playing. We invited all our friends, and so it started out as just a gathering of creatives, but then it turned into like really getting small businesses to start their idea to get out there and make a living, you know, women who wanted to start a soap company or some kind of herb company, healing stuff, you know, jewelry lines and clothing. And so that was really like a nice platform to invite them to take part and then meet with other artists and start this whole situation, which now is very common again.
Yes.
In 2010, it wasn't.
Right.
It was a lot of things we all started, and then it just took off, and then it's now lots of corporate companies are doing it.
Yeah.
And it's just this idea of people being independent artists and creators and starting small businesses to keep this whole, you know, idea of
The
people being
ecosystem.
more economic, but also supporting local. And so that's nice. It's still going. There's many people doing the pop-ups, and of course Rockefeller has been part of it. She started with her earrings that you made by hand.
You definitely opened up a space for me and so many. And I got to see you. You had this film, Street Heroines, that you were in at Photographiska. So lots of respect and love to you. I know there's like the next 50.
Yeah, we're going to keep going.
We're going to keep going, and you're going to definitely be front and center and receiving your flowers.
Thank
so I hope
you.
you're receiving your flowers from
Thank
both of
you.
us at this
To
point.
you too.
And how can they follow, support, buy some of your merchandise? Where can we follow you?
So you can go to Toofly NYC, and it's an underscore in between Toofly and NYC on Instagram, and that'll take you to all the other pages.
Thank you once
Thank you,
again,
Rafa. Thank
and
you,
lots of
Kwik.
luck
You're
and
welcome.
success and health to you.
Thanks.
To the next 50 of hip hop with the art.
Yeah.
Stick around. Stay tuned. Oh my God, yes. Light years away.
Ooh.
What? Flip it over this way. Put up. Put up. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We are back. And can you believe this is the final episode of season 2?
Wow.
We made it to season 2, y'all.
It was a journey, but it was a beautiful journey.
It was beautiful. We had some amazing guests, you know, Peach, DXT.
Melly Mel.
My God.
Ryan was a Theodore.
B-Boy Pollo. It was a very
Chaz,
good.
Jigs from
Yeah.
Supreme Beings. I mean, come on. We just had Frank,
Fresh Frank.
who is the DNA to BDP. Come on, man.
Yeah.
This show, we covered a lot of people, and we're going to cover some more.
Yeah,
but
make sure you catch up. You got to go to the BronxNet TV YouTube channel and catch up on all of those other episodes. But
Yeah.
it's been amazing. And just recently we went to Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. We travel all over the place, man. We're going to be bringing you some goodies later, but you know, we have the United Hip Hop Vanguard, so we were in Puerto Rico with one of our guests, Ryan was a Theodore, for an event called Express Your Skills. All the B-boys and B-girls out there supporting them, and all the raw hip hop that's in Puerto Rico that people don't realize need support. So we're out there happily supporting them, for sure.
Yeah, DJ Adam and DJ Predator. That was amazing out there. And just recently, me and you celebrated a wedding anniversary. And not just
Oh my
a
God.
wedding. It was our 23rd, but really our 29th together.
23.
23 years. And we were at The Point, which is the
Right.
same place we had our reception.
Our reception, right.
So we had one of our dancers, Beastie, debuting a piece at The Point.
We
for the-
almost did, well, I almost didn't realize. I was like, she's performing at The Point, and just everything in the universe pointed us towards The Point. And
return.
To return on that Saturday. And 23 years ago, on that very same Saturday, we had a reception. And it was a beautiful moment, that reception. I remember walking out, leaving everybody at the party, and there was an open fire hydrant, and we were just standing there, newlyweds, and realizing that we were going to spend the rest of our lives together.
Yeah,
and
that
here
was
we are
beautiful.
23 years later at The Point.
That was beautiful. And to see Beastie debut a dance piece that is a tribute to her father who just passed away in
Yes.
January.
He was a beatboxer.
It was a significant moment at The Point, and to
Yeah.
return and be reunited with so many people. We saw Angel Rodriguez, who played the drums.
So many people, man.
It was amazing. And then recently you had a party. No, you were DJing.
Yes, I was DJing with Rich Medina at a party called Home in Brooklyn. That was really amazing. Had everybody rocking.
Proud of you.
Yeah, me and Rich Medina, we go back. We have a lot in common when it comes to the music, and we both love to dance behind the turntables. We couldn't stop.
It was good.
And,
I was
it was-
there.
it
It was
was really dope.
amazing. And I have a vocal performance coming up.
That's
I
right.
did perform in Puerto Rico, which was an amazing reintroduction of my vocal skills in Puerto Rico, but I also have one coming up this Friday at Ostos Community College.
Community
Oh my
College,
God.
yes.
Got to shout out Bronx Council on the Arts
Thank
for
you
giving me
for
the
supporting
opportunity
us,
to
yes.
showcase the other side of me. And what's coming up now, August 9th, we'll be at Lincoln Center celebrating the New York Public Library's Oral History Project.
yes.
We definitely got a BronxNet TV camera on reserve for that one. But BronxNet will be also having a hip hop takeover, so make sure you come back on August 11th to
Absolutely.
check out that program.
Shout out to our guests on our first and second seasons. We plan on coming back with even more dance, art, fashion in September. Stay tuned.
You know it, you know it. So is it over? No.
It ain't
The
never
party's
over.
not over, people. Nosotros seguimos, okay? But the show is, and the season is. So we want to thank Toofly.
And we want to thank Fresh Frank. Thanks for coming on the show, brother.
Both thank you, CRNY and Full Circle Soldiers and BronxNet for helping us keep this dream out there. Please, again, check the other episodes on BronxNet's YouTube channel. And you can follow us on Instagram. He is at,
DJ KS360.
and I am at La Rocafella, 2 L's. So you can stay in the loop with what's coming up now. So breathe, do some self-care, stay funky
right.
and connected to the underground. And see you next time. Nos vemos.
This is Kwik2Rok.
All right.
Peace.
And hair grease. Lots and lots of hair grease.
The heaviest fighting of the past 2 weeks continued today, 25 miles northwest of Saigon.
I wasn't really sure what was going on.
19.
In Vietnam, the combat soldier typically served a 12-month tour of duty, but was exposed to hostile fire almost every day.